when you talk in America about conservative versus liberal, red state versus blue state, there are obviously things you can carve out. But if you are creating a big circle around them, generally speaking, the conservatives are those with a religious foundation, and the liberals less so. So, isn't it virtually impossible to separate religion and politics?
Well, I think it is impossible to compartmentalize our souls so that our religious convictions have no influence on the political preferences and decisions that we make. One of the things I'd say to you, Daryl, is that, actually, there's a much larger progressive Christian community than some people seem to realize. They haven't, until relatively recently, been as organized as those who are more conservative, but they are getting there. I still think it's a mistake for us to think that you can decide anything about a person's authenticity or genuineness in their faith life by what party they vote for. Will we be Christians in everything that we do? Well, we better be, because Christianity is about our total life. Should we think someone's not a Christian is not a Christian because they don't vote like us? No.
Well, okay, a little curveball here, but is there a difference in politics and in interpersonal relationships between being a Christian and being Christ-like?
No, actually, no, I think not. I think that one of the beauties of thinking about following Jesus rather than believing in Jesus, and it's a semantic distinction, but it's worth making. We're such a head-driven culture sometimes. We think about our faith just as a bunch of sentences that we say true and false to. Whereas if we talk about following a person, we're talking about a way of living, a way of relating to one another, a way of envisioning what we can be together. I think that brings us into a place of agreement much more often than an argument about a certain set of doctrines would do for us. So, I'll give you an example. Let's assume for just a moment that an atheist walks out of the voting booth at the same time that I walk out of the voting booth. We may have voted in precisely the same way on some matter of national import, like a president or a senator or some such thing, and we may have used very similar principles. For example, we may be concerned for the poor. We may be concerned that justice be equally distributed no matter what your social rank or economic state of privilege may be. Those are Christ-like. The difference, and this has nothing to do with voting now, the difference is I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. And so, that makes a gigantic difference in my spiritual life. And I got to tell you right now, I'm not about judging an atheist either. I'm not about judging anybody. But what I'm saying is the Christ-like behavior is a very, very good thing. And we may really be very much alike in the kinds of behaviors we exhibit.